No, sorry. He became head of a mental institution for like teens. And then he just took them in a car and then raped them.
Got to dress for the job you want.
What do you think about that, Neat?
I think it's pretty good, honestly. I think it's like, I think it's a pretty
Thumbs
good
up
way
or
to
thumbs
live.
down?
You know, he had to work pretty hard to get to that position, if you think about it.
Oh,
Are we on?
Yes.
Of course it's bad.
This is going to be the clip.
Jesus Christ. Of course it's a bad fucking
We're here
thing.
with happiest man on earth, Nate Macintosh. He loves comedy and the scene and how it's evolved over the years
And he
the
thinks there's-
contribution Instagram has made to it.
He also thinks there's not enough rape.
Yeah, those are the
it's
two things
wild.
I walked in here to say.
Yeah.
Are we done now? Can I leave? I just wanted to make those 2 points and then get the fuck out of here.
This is actually like
I like Jaded Nate. It's fun.
this is a spoof of what people think the Guys We Fuck podcast is. That we just lock a man in a room.
Why do you like rape,
And then
Nate?
ask them why they like rape.
Yeah.
Do you get comments like that?
Yeah, people don't want to come on the show because they think that's what it is.
Really?
It's a gotcha. but
Yeah.
It's not.
Interesting.
Like
Well,
Shane Gillis, I think definitely thought we were going to do that to him. And I was like, Shane, I've known you for a very long time. We're not going to do that
Like you're
to
just
you.
going to sit down and be like, why do you rape?
Come on, Shane.
Like, why do men rape? Is that what you, they think
no,
you're
I
going
think
to
the
ask?
questions we asked Shane were, why don't you know anything about your girlfriend?
Right, yeah. Yeah,
People know
yeah.
things about their girlfriends.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's get into
my
it,
God,
Nate.
don't.
You love your
Why are you
girlfriend.
married
Yes, I
yet?
do. She's
You
great.
love your girlfriend.
You have a hot girlfriend. Your
Thanks.
girlfriend's like has like a sexiness to her that I always, every time I see her, I'm like, you're super cute. And
What is
it's
that?
A good vibe.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
She's just got a feminine vibe that I really like. You know, there's
Okay.
various levels of femininity that people, you know, project out in the world.
Which
and
one
I like
gets
hers.
raped the most?
All of them, man.
Wow.
All of
Okay.
them.
I
That's
think it's a
man's
pretty
world,
bad
Nate.
It's a man's
Yeah.
We're just getting raped in it.
Look, I'm not cool. Can I? We already know this.
You're not cool?
That you like rape?
With it's bad.
Oh.
Like I mean, obviously everybody knows. My
those
girlfriend
hard
is very
stances.
cool. Yes.
You're a hero.
Look, I know. No matter what you say, it's wrong.
Nate, why are some men so bad? Why do you
Oh, that's
think?
interesting. I mean,
you.
do you want to go? How far do you want to go back?
Let's go. Has back
1600s.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
I think it all started when men had to. They decided to start wearing like powdered wigs and those
Yeah.
shoes with the little platforms and the belts.
Okay.
And we just like it just sucked, you know, those little tight little pants and the you know.
You did it to yourself, but yeah, they
We
did it.
did, yeah, we thought it was like we thought it was going to be a cool thing.
Yeah.
And it ended
They're
up
like,
not
no.
to be a cool thing. And then men, it just became, you know, we were like, what is this? And then we were like, we looked at ourselves in the mirror. We're like, wait a second. We look like women.
Right.
And then we're like, we should attack women for this.
Right.
And then we started there. 1600s. Before that,
Whoa.
men were really cool to women.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow, how
Adam.
cool. Wow.
Adam was
like,
cool.
like, how are they cool?
They would like get them apples and stuff from trees,
Yeah, that's
and they
sweet.
taught them about gravity.
Hang
and
shelves,
Yeah.
yeah.
and shelves.
That's really nice. I miss those days. I miss those days.
Did you get this information in some kind of a pamphlet? Like, do men get it like a secret pamphlet?
Yeah.
I always feel like there's something secret going on with men that you guys all have some information or can log onto some website and we don't
dark
know
web?
about it. Yeah.
Are you talking about Jordan Peterson's official blog?
I bought his book and I didn't learn anything in it.
12 Rules for Life? You didn't
Yeah.
even learn to clean your
What
room?
were-
No,
what are
I
the
really
rules?
thought it was going to be a lot more inspiring. One of them literally is like, make your bed.
Yeah.
Okay, check.
Which
What's
is,
that
but there's a
supposed
lot
to
of
do?
people out there that don't. It's
I
so
always
crazy.
do. I love it.
I don't. What a waste of time.
Yeah, but are you trying to change the world?
Yes, and I can change it more if I have 5 extra minutes that I didn't waste making the fucking bed that I'm going to get in again that's in my loft that no one sees, that my dog sits in it all day.
There's so many caveats to
Just
that
like,
bed
why
thing.
would I do that? It seems I just hate like doing things that seem to me to have no purpose. I know people seem to have like a mental thing that like
Yeah.
it's a good way, fresh way to start the day. So if that does it for you, that's great, but it doesn't do that for me. So for me, waste of time.
Yeah, well, he's writing another book, 12 Rules specifically for Corinne.
Right.
And he's
And
working on it
that's
now.
something I'm interested in.
Not today. It's a holiday in Canada today, but
What's
he's
the holiday?
Victoria Day.
What's that mean?
Queen
Victoria?
Victoria.
Oh, I thought it was for Victoria Beckham.
Wait, y'all were ruled by the Brits. Queen
Victoria
Victoria.
Beckham's holiday.
That would be a more celebrated holiday.
Yeah, in Canada, yeah, I think, yeah. Spice Girls did, they passed laws for a little while.
Nice, I fucking wish.
No,
I
wait,
wish.
but the prince, no, it was queen, now there's a king.
Yeah.
But like, where'd the prince come in?
What impact does English royalty have on Canada? these
What
days?
impact does Canada have?
None.
None. Zero.
Why would you be from this useless
Gilda
country?
Radner.
It's like being from
Lorne
Vermont.
Michaels. Yeah.
You just handed that
Or
to me.
Maine.
Yeah, disgusting. Touches Canada. Gross. But I don't know. They owned the stuff at one point in time. Then we were like, hey, can we be Canada? And they were like, yeah, go ahead, but keep our face on your money.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to your question. There's no pamphlet. There's no big book.
That's exactly what men would be trained to say.
That's true.
That is what they do in like The Witches.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me know so easily. Oh, like all I had to do was ask.
Well, it's Jordan Peterson for one, and then UFC. UFC's a big one. If you go to a UFC event,
Yeah.
you really
get the code?
You get the code.
Wow.
It's a fucking band T-shirt and a John Deere hat and Crocs.
Yeah.
And once you put all those things on, then you're like, when you watch a barefoot man fight another barefoot man in a cage,
In
like
underwear.
a parking lot brawl with Billabong and Jimmy John's on them, then you kind of go, I get it now.
Yeah.
And then, you're a
Men
man.
do want to, I feel like men do want to touch each other more than you're letting on.
Yep.
And I think that you should just touch each other.
Yeah, because you can't all be in sports.
Can I
Yeah.
tell you, I really think I hate UFC, hate it, and I think it's barefoot board short fighting. This is a poolside in Cancun gone wrong. Stop it. Put your shoes on. Put your shoes on.
If it was ladies doing that, would you like it?
No, because they do that.
They do it,
I'm
yeah.
not with no. And look, I respect the fighters. You decide to go your whole life fighting. Understand, great. I do respect you. The culture around this is disgusting. Put your shoes on. Why does it have to be on at 8 a.m.? Put your fucking shoes on.
Yeah,
Right.
that's how I feel about NASCAR.
I think there's a lot of men that don't like it, but stupid thing. Probably women have a type of thing like this.
Right.
We got to be like,
Astrology.
is this what men are doing? Like, you ever see when they cut to the crowd of like a college sports game or something, and like a bunch of guys are cheering? There's always like one or two guys in that row that's like, yeah.
Are we doing it right?
Right.
Are we doing it right? He didn't want to be there,
Right.
but his boys, the dogs, they're going. So you gotta go. You
like
gotta
the
go
bark.
watch barefoot board short fighting.
The human desire to be accepted in a group, it really takes us down.
Well, I'm out of all groups then because I can't stand UFC. I can't even pretend that it's okay. I can't even
that's good.
pretend that it's a thing.
But that's good then. You're happier to stand alone than in the crowd, because in the crowd you would not be living in your own integrity.
I thought I was the angriest man alive. How am I
You're
happy?
pretty angry, but that's okay. You're the angriest Canadian alive.
You have
That's
a
not-
very nice sweater on for an angry man, I feel like.
I'm not an angry man. I'm pretty happy.
Has this changed recently?
No. Well, once I got the sweater, honestly, I found the sweater in a big pile of stuff and I put it on. It's just a happy. I'd say Jordan Peterson's angrier than I am.
Probably.
As a
Yeah,
Canadian.
he seems a little pissed. What is he pissed about?
Well,
What is
Alanis Morissette's angrier than all of you.
Yes.
But she's not. She's not angry anymore.
Yeah. Years and years of 30 years of anger. You probably get rid of that.
I think it was like 25 was just the anniversary, but she's been celebrating 25th anniversary of Jagged Little Pill for several years. So who knows what we've gotten to at this point.
I just watched one of the Woodstock documentaries.
Yeah.
And she's in it. Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot
Yeah.
of rape there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why,
Yeah,
that's why Nate brought it up.
That
Not
is
a
why
lot
I
of
brought
rape
it
in the
up.
original one. A lot of rape in the new one.
And a lot of those men now, they got Crocs on. They're at UFC. They've evolved. They're not
Yeah.
raping anymore.
That's
I think.
Fingers crossed.
I think. But there was. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's just insane. I've never. It's stupid. I've never understood it. I don't get why you'd want to sleep with a woman who doesn't want to be there or sleep with you or even knows what's happening. It's pretty
Right.
crazy.
Because you're
Yeah.
mad at it's a control issue. So you're mad
Yeah.
at women, whether it be that woman or women in general, and that woman unfortunately is paying the penance.
What are we mad at women about?
We'd love
we're
to
better than
know.
you.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, rejection, I think I would say is like probably the number one reason. Female rejection.
Constantly.
Can I say just on the rejection issue, right?
Yeah. You don't have to raise your hand. This is your interview.
Every it was just fun to do. Every man I know, including myself, has been called gay. I'm serious, for turning down a woman. Every single one of us.
Oh, by a woman?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the only line we have.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. There's rejection on both sides, except you guys don't.
Women are
drag
famous.
us into an alley and fucking choke us or whatever.
Well, James
Yeah, 'cause
Matter
we
literally
can't.
has a new joke that he was like, I want you to see this, Corinne. And he does the joke and it's about women calling him the F word in bed, like while fucking.
Are you serious? That's fucked up.
It's happened to him.
yeah.
It's happened to him multiple times. And
yeah.
Maybe women
I've been
are
called that.
dying.
Women are starting to get as angry as men.
Starting? I'm not talking today. I'm not talking outside getting this coffee.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Speak your
talking
truth.
years and years and years.
You being called gay because you didn't want to have sex with a woman.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's a butthurt, insecure woman for sure.
But this is the same as but a man will attack you, I guess. Women
Yeah.
aren't going to attack you physically for the most part. They're going to just emotionally.
yeah, unless we have a weapon, maybe we can't really attack you physically. Our arms are
You
so
can attack
little.
me. I got a pretty,
Maybe I can.
I got a sweater that says you can attack
Have you ever
me.
gotten into a physical fight with anybody?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I think you asked me if I ever got in a physical fight with a woman, and I was like, "That's
Anybody.
hilarious." I punched some guy because of my girlfriend at the time. He made fun of her for something. I was young, and she was like, "This guy made fun of me at a thing," and I was like, "Did you, man?" And they, again, stupid, dumb, like this is
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to do. I'm a man.
she wanted you. Like that was
Yeah,
like
she
her foreplay.
I hit this
was like, "Yeah,
fucking
Nate, punch
guy,
him."
and I felt bad about it all this time. It's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Do you want to
Wow.
apologize? You can just straight
What's
to
his name?
camera.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Sorry,
I don't
dude.
know his fucking name. Me and my girlfriend at the time went to different high schools, right? So which sounds like a fucking
Brittany
joke.
Glass.
Yeah, I didn't even know this lady. She goes to a different school. Anyways, I forget where we used to meet, whatever, but we used to meet in this place. And this guy was like walking behind her, making fun of her and shit. And she was like, "This fucking guy," and he's just some dork guy. Not that I'm not a fucking dork, but anyways, this guy, he had glasses, I remember, and some hat.
Oh, you hit a guy with glasses.
Hey man.
What if you
Buddy,
can't see now?
you make fun of my girlfriend when I'm fucking 15?
Ain't
I'll rock
nobody
you in
make-
the face.
Oh, you're
and then feel
15.
bad about it for the rest of
Okay.
my life. Not bad
Okay.
about it, but like every once in a while I think about it. I go, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I was supposed to fight this other guy.
Whoa.
Okay, whatever. This is a dumb story. High school. This same lady. We broke up. She comes to my house one day. We hook up. Then I find out she's dating this fucking guy who's like 6'2", some fucking psycho.
Wow.
He pushed me into a locker one day and all this kind of shit. And he's like, whatever, I'm going to kick your ass. And I go, okay, well, I'm going to lose this fight, but fuck this guy. I'm going to fight this guy.
Nice.
So the next day, I get off my bus. I wait for this guy, and he gets off his bus, and there's a bunch of people circling around. This guy won't fight me because he's like, I don't want to fight. Long story short, other people at the school were like, you guys have to fight. So that night, we were supposed to fight behind the copper penny. This only means
We bought
anything
tickets to the shit, man. You gotta fight.
This only means anything to
This is why you hate UFC.
I hate UFC. Anybody, we would have kept our fucking shoes on. Anybody,
Copper penny.
it's a bar in Halifax where I used to go watch a whole bunch of fights.
I envisioned like a large penny, and that was kind of one of the things you had to offer.
Your
as-
terror statue.
They're in
One penny at a time.
Sudbury, I think it is. There's a
Okay.
giant nickel, but no, the copper
so it
penny
wasn't far off.
No, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Canada's
You're picking up on something.
It's a fun place. Giant beavers. There's a big blueberry in fucking.
guys just love
what's that
large
place
things.
called in Nova Scotia? Cock, suck, and fuck. I can't remember, but there's a big blueberry.
Okay.
Because it's like the blueberry capital of the world.
Of the world.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Where is it? Argentina? We gotta get. They're not down. Anyways, so everybody was like, "You got to fight this guy," and I was like, "Fine, fuck it, I'll fight him." Somebody called him and they were like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "My mom won't let me come outside." So I got on the phone and just was like, "Dude, never talk to me again. Don't ever fucking. You're a bitch." But in my head, I was like, I was gonna lose a fight for sure. He would, but you have to. What are you
Nice.
gonna do? I have
Saved by the
to
bell.
fucking saved by a fucking mom.
Yeah.
Saved by
Thanks,
a woman.
moms. Wow.
And it all comes
so
back.
feminine.
It all
comes
comes
back.
back. But either way, that's the only time I've ever really been. I kicked in the head once.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Fucking. Yeah.
Kicked in the head. Was that
God.
on purpose?
Yes.
Were you lying down?
Yes, I was pushed by this man and then booted in the head.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
That's
whole
not nice.
fucking thing. He's a friend of mine. It's fine.
Still?
Yeah, I don't really. We don't really
so
talk too much now.
This is what I love about men. One of the things I love about men. Y'all can kick each other in the head and go, "Hey man, sorry about that." And then you're fine. If a woman pulls a woman, touches a woman, if a woman gets physical with another woman in a violent way, you're dead to me for the rest of my life, and I will spend my days plotting revenge on. Like it lives in a place that I don't know how to excavate it to make it go away.
Yeah.
Which I think is very interesting. I admire that about men. Your people.
Do you have these women in your life? You have a few?
No. There was, one time in middle school, this girl pushed me and I was like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to fuck. And I had a bouncer push me once when I was in my early 20s in New York. And I was like, but when a woman, I don't know, when a woman does it, it just hits deeper for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
But guys also have the ability to go, it's in the past.
I think it's like I don't know, one of those things, you get it. I understood exactly why he kicked me in the head.
Why?
So I'm fucking, I was hanging out with this guy. We were drinking. I used to drink a lot. Anyways, I go to meet another ex-girlfriend at the time. We're walking. His house was close to where me and her lived. I was living with her and her fucking mom at the time. Anyways, walking past his house, he comes outside pissed. His girlfriend's behind him yelling shit. And he's losing it. And he pushes me and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He kicks me in the head. Whoa. And this dude was not like a guy to be fucked with, So I just kind of was like, okay, I just got kicked in the head by this man who I know is not fucking around. And I go, I might get stomped here. I don't know what the hell's happening. So anyways, he goes, everybody used to call me Rooster. People in Halifax still kind of do in high school. Anyways, so he goes, Rooster, you're coming with me. I go, okay. Like anyways, I'm walking and I go, hey man, look, dude, I'm fine to go wherever we're going, but I just don't know what's happening. Like, I just left your house. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Little context, please. Yeah.
Little context, please. And he's like, I'm having sex with my lady and she says another guy's name. And so he was like, we're going to that guy's house, who's another friend of ours. I go, yo, dude. Oh. And he's like right in my face. I go, man, I completely understand what you're mad about, but like, this got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And he's staring at me so angry. And I mean, he already kicked me in the head. And I love this man and he's a completely different person. And even at the time, I understand what the fuck happened, okay?
But you shouldn't have got kicked in the head at any point.
No, but I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I literally, if he, in a weird way, lucky it was me. This guy was ready to fucking kill somebody. He ended up going to this guy's house and like trying to get in his house. That guy comes out. Anyway, so I just go, dude, it has nothing to do with me. And I'm looking at him. He's so fucking mad. Yeah. And he just goes like this. And I go, and then he walks away. And I was like, thank fucking Christ.
Yeah.
That's how this happened instead of.
He was just in a rage blackout.
He was out of his mind, ready to kill somebody. Yeah.
And he's evolved.
He's a beautiful man with a family.
I love that.
Legitimately. He's a great dude.
Ugh, I love that. I need more stories in my brain of people evolving positively.
Now that I think about it, I also got hit in the head one time by a guy. So all Halifax. I used to drink a lot and hang out with some fucking people that would not appreciate this sweater.
Oh. Yeah. Do you drink at all anymore?
I have like 1-2 drinks a year.
Okay.
But I used to drink. I had an ulcer when I was 15. Like, you know. Did I tell you that?
I don't think
were you running from?
So.
Or is it just boredom?
Was I running from?
Were you running from anything or was it just boredom?
I'll get into that in 1 second. Of course. No, it's a mess. Anyways, so by the way, if I talk way too much, so if you want me to shut up.
This is perfect.
I'm so tired. I'm loving this interview. Please just don't
it
even.
Feels like a vacation.
Don't even come up for air.
I fill in silences and I hate it, so thank you.
I feel that sometimes on podcasts, people do that. They're like, thank God you just talk, because I'll just talk.
When the worst is when you're podcasting and people just keep answering questions like yes or no, and you're like, that wasn't even a yes or no question. You have to elaborate. So okay, me and my friends were buying weed from this guy, this scary fucking dude. He takes the money and just kind of like doesn't give us any weed. So so my friend was like, hey man, what happened? This guy rocks my friend in the face. Now they're kind of like fighting or whatever, but this is like, we were, I think at the time, 14, and this guy was probably like 19, 20. That doesn't sound like, he's a man. That's a fucking adult man, and we're kids. Yeah, no, one I could legally fuck and one I can't, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
Good
and this guy, that's so funny. Which one of you can I fuck? That's what I'm going to fight here.
That's how you know there's a marked difference between
huge
the ages.
Difference. Like those guys are paying tax. I'm a fucking child.
Yes.
So this guy's like kind of fighting our friend. We're trying to, but then his other friend, who's another like man, he was probably like 18, but he's like a fucking, probably got a truck. He's got a job. He's a fucking man.
Yeah.
He stops us anyways. So they rob my friend. They take his fucking wallet and shit.
Ooh.
My friend and our other friend run away. And I'm like, I don't really know. So I'm just walking. And this guy, this scary fucking dude who only had one eye. And I don't know if he...
Eye matey.
Because there was a thought at the time that there was like a weird gang of people that had one eye. And that they were like, people just thought they were putting contacts in. So I don't know if this guy didn't have an eye or if it was like a contact thing. But he seemed like a guy that was probably stabbed in the eye at one point in time. Anyways, he goes, what's your friend's bank card number? I go, man, I don't know what that. He just fucking backhanded me. Fully fucking. This side of my whole head is
He knew
ringing.
you didn't know the answer to that
that's like
question.
an impossible riddle.
How would you ever know my
I
friends?
don't know mine by heart.
That'd be funny if you said it and he's like, dude, that's fucked up that you know that.
Yeah, he's like, what? He probably would hit me regardless.
Yeah.
Also, my friend is 14. He's probably got $8.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have enough money to be pulled out of the fucking machine. There's no reason to ask me for the number or hit me in the fucking head.
Right.
But what was I running from? I mean, I didn't have a dad and my mom drank and life at the time was pretty bad.
Yeah, that sucks. That's a lot to run
So I
from.
drank like hard. I was trying, this is fucking stupid. I was kind of trying to get out of here at the time.
I get that.
I was like, I
When
drank
you're
a
in so
ton.
much pain, what do you else need to do?
Yeah, I drank a ton and then I had an ulcer and then they were like, you got to stop drinking. And I was like, fuck that. And I just kept drinking. And so I would get like me and my friend, the guy who kicked me in the head, me and him and some other people, we would get, we'd call it Wasted Wednesday.
I used to do that at Penn State.
I would get a fucking quart of rum or vodka to myself. They would do the same.
Dude.
Yeah, I drank.
Wow.
And we would go to the
drank like an
fucking,
Irish person.
we would go to the woods after
Fuck yeah.
school, and we had this little thing called the bar. It was like a fucking flipped
porno
over
mags?
fridge and a log. What's that?
Did you have porno mags, or is that an American thing?
No,
a lot
we
of
didn't.
a lot of teenage boys going in the woods drinking and looking at porno mags. That was a thing of the 90s.
Yeah. I think they might have been a bit younger than us at the
Okay.
time. I was like 15, 16 at this time. I'd be probably like 13, 14 when you're like, you know what I mean?
He was getting real pussy, Krystyna. He didn't need mags.
My bad.
But anyways, they were like, you got to stop drinking. And I was like, well, that's not going to happen. So then I started having a quart of vodka or rum and a loaf of bread to like soak up the alcohol. I mean,
That
just
sounds
a
delightful.
horrific way to live.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
did you ever work through those issues with the parent stuff? Like, have you
Yeah.
transcended them? And how? Like, do you talk to your mom? Is she around?
I do talk to my mom.
Yeah.
I talk to my mom a couple times a week. We are a lot better now than we were for sure. And then some of that is like, I went to therapy for a while and also like just growing up, like becoming older and looking at my mom and realizing that like, she had
You're
a fucking,
a person.
yeah, you're a human being.
Yeah.
Who I thought as a child had all the answers, but you didn't. You're a woman with 2 kids, no
Yeah.
help. I mean, it's a fucking mess.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to grow up like realizing that your parents are people, and you're like, oh, okay, so you have this like anger, but then you have this empathy and compassion that
Yeah.
you're like, well, which one is it? It's both.
To give you a pretty good example of who my mom is, though, and was, I was talking to my mom yesterday, and she was asking me if I watched Baby Reindeer, because she told me to watch it like a month ago.
Yeah, we watched it.
And I kind of just didn't, and then I watched it last week after she had been like, you got to watch it. I go, okay. So she goes, did you watch Baby Reindeer? I go, yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's a wild show. And she goes, yeah, I really liked it. She goes, I thought it was like light and quirky.
No.
Light and quirky.
No way.
That's how you describe fucking Will and Grace.
It's quirky.
Wow.
It's quirky.
Light.
It's not
It's
light,
light.
though.
You know what's interesting? So maybe you have, then this was some of your experience in childhood. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, your parents just in a different reality. I mean, I guess all parents are in, of course, different realities than their children, but like, when you get to this point where you grow and you develop logic of your own and conversation skills and you're like 14, 15, 16, 17, like how she saw things and how you saw things are just like, you can't mesh those worlds. They're
like
two
us
separate.
together, you mean? Like how
Yeah.
I view a thing and how she views the same thing?
Yeah. Like how you viewed your childhood and how she viewed your childhood.
Yeah, my mom's also like a tough lady who
Nice.
saw a lot of shit. There's a lot of drinking in my family. When she was like, she told me this at some point in time, but when she was 10, she started driving my great grandfather, her grandfather, home from places because he was, you know what I mean? So I was like,
That sucks, man.
it's crazy. So again, when my mom goes, this is light and quirky, I go, yeah, I know this lady's.
She called you a pussy, basically.
Yeah.
Through
She called you gay.
through
My
your
mom
TV
did.
selection.
She would have bought a sweater like this for me. I had one of these when I was like a
sweet.
kid. I had a big duck on it. And I'm
That's
not even
so
kidding.
cute.
My mom dropped me off in grade 2, eating a cigarette, blasting fucking Metallica. And that's how I got dropped off to school. And I'm like a
that's
little
fun.
child in a fucking duck.
That's the first time I've ever wanted a kid,
Big
Nathan.
stunning.
Just
Right now?
Yeah. That sounded good.
You could be that mom.
I could be that mom.
In a fucking Buick or something, like a rusted
It
one.
was.
That sounds
I don't know
fun.
what it was, but
Like
it was
a
something
Volvo,
like
like
that.
a
She had a
rusted
celebrity
80s.
at one point. Remember that car?
Nice.
A
Oh my
celebrity.
God.
I don't even know what makes that.
That's
Chevy? I don't have no
wild.
fucking
I
idea.
don't even know what that is.
Or Ford.
It's like just a car. It's just a
It's a-
fucking.
I like
Yeah.
that it's called celebrity, though.
Yeah.
I'm so curious how you went to like street fighting and drinking in the woods to this sweater? What's
yeah.
the transition? So it's a little bit of therapy. Your mom calling you a pussy.
My mom called me
indirectly.
a bitch. Yep. My mom too used to say things like, because I'd come home and I'd be like, oh, this kid wanted to fight me. She's like, well, kick his ass then. That's what has to happen. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know if you know who I am. I'm not like a fighter. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Is your
Anyways,
mom like a big tough woman or is she petite?
My mom's tiny as
I
hell.
was gonna say, I was like, you're
She's scrappy like a chihuahua that thinks it's a pit
Sure.
bull.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this.
I love that.
But she's
Love that energy.
tiny. This is one reason too when I drank at the time because it was like, what are you gonna do?
Did
you gonna
she
tell
know?
me to do something?
Yeah. Was she know you were drinking at the time?
Yeah.
Did she give a shit? Was she encouraging it?
She did. Yes, she did. She's
She's like, look, I get it, but don't. But I get it.
well, kind of sadder than that, and I'll tell you the story if you want.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so I came home one time drunk from drinking in the woods. I was drinking vodka cranberry. I had a white T-shirt on. It just stains. I'm in the woods drinking. It's uneven. It's hell. I come in the house, just smelling like alcohol. She goes, were you drinking? I look down, red, and I'm like, no. And I go to bed, and she kept me up. She wouldn't let me sleep. She got like a pot and a pan, and she was just banging them together and like. Wouldn't let me sleep. I wanted to fucking fight her. I was like, I'll kill this woman. But then, the sad thing, and this is, my mom doesn't drink anymore or whatever, and neither do I.
great.
So I had a pint of rum in my my drawer in my room. I went to get it, and it wasn't there. And my mom goes, oh, I took that pint, but she's like, I'll buy you another one. And I went, okay. And then I was like 15, I think at the time, 16. And I went to my room and just started crying. I was like, this is fucked. This is like $1,000,000%.
Yeah, this should be
fucking
inappropriate.
crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
She never bought me the fucking pint either, which is just bullshit. You know how hard it was to get a fucking pint at 15,
you
16?
had to find. Yeah, it was hard for me to get we used to get Vladdy's vodka at Penn State, but we had to like beg a senior to get it for us, and that was tricky. We were at college.
We used to have a fucking. We used to go hang out at the CD store. And that was right beside the Copper Penny. And there was a lady in there who would buy us alcohol. And at the time we thought like, oh, she's so cool.
Does she want to?
I don't. That's
molest
the thing.
you?
You go up and
there's
you go,
nothing sadder than an adult who's buying kids alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
you're the kid, you're like,
they're
she's
sad.
awesome.
Our hero.
And then you
Yeah.
grow up, you go, what the fuck? I can't.
Yeah.
Like we were, that time, we were like 13, 14 when she was kind of around. And I was getting like Rev and Mike's Hard Lemonade and that kind of
Yeah.
shit, you know? I can't imagine, if I saw a 13-year-old with a drink, I would be mortified.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
'cause
definitely not going to get you it.
Yeah,
No.
that's crazy, man.
I don't know
'Cause-
what that lady wanted.
So you drank a lot, you fought a lot. Did you fuck a lot?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, I was out there.
Hell yeah.
Talking to, you know what I mean?
Can I got your tongue?
I just remembered another stupid story when I was 15.
So that we don't have to talk about the fucking?
No, I mean, yes, I fucked people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's not a party.
When did you first fuck someone?
I was 14 when I lost my
Really?
virginity, yeah.
Really?
And it was a ridiculous day, and I mean, if I could go back and not, it's a child. I was
I know.
Yeah,
I
14
met-
is young.
I was in grade 8, my girlfriend was in grade 9, and we both met
Ooh,
after our
MILF.
fucking exam. And then we went back to her house in the morning. I mean, it's disgraceful. The
yeah.
sun was up.
Right.
Her mom
It was
drove me
planned.
home. Yeah, it was planned.
Aw.
It was just like, we're children. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I used to work at the Atlantic Superstore, Bears Lake, Halifax, Nova Scotia. I like painting these stories.
Every word you say in Canadian
Canada,
culture
Canada,
makes
Canada,
no,
Canada.
But
no
there's like
sense
4
to me.
people out there that are like, I know where that is.
I know.
And
We have a
some
lot
of
of
them-
Canadian
we
listeners.
do. I toured a lot in Canada.
But you don't go to Nova Scotia.
No, but I would
that's what I'm-
love to.
We
I
don't
mean,
actually
isn't it
even know how to
beautiful?
get there.
Isn't
so.
it beautiful?
A lot of people in Canada haven't been. So, but
Well,
there's
it's-
like 4
it's
people
right
in
up.
Nova Scotia that are like, yeah, it's right over there. Yes, if you
Yeah.
can get a direct flight, it's like an hour and a half. But working at this fucking Atlantic Superstore, I was a parcel pickup guy, getting carts and that type of shit. I'm putting groceries in a woman's car. She had to be like 50, 55. She's looking in her mirror, watching me, and I'm 15, and I'm just kind of like, that's fucking weird.
15-year-old ass.
Put shit into the car, and I close the trunk, and I go over to the driver's side window, and I go, hey, all your stuff's in your car. And she goes, I really like the view.
Oh.
And I went,
Oh, no.
I'm literally 15. I go, I didn't even know what the fuck that meant.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, did you even get it?
No.
Yeah.
And then 3 years later, I'm walking around at 18 and I went, oh, this fucking 55-year-old lady was trying to fuck me.
That's like me when I got the accidental breast exam I shouldn't have gotten. I'm like, that was supposed to happen. You realize later.
Yeah, I was really like, oh my God. This woman wanted to fucking have sex with a child.
Yeah, a lot of guys
no.
we've talked to on the podcast like have had like an experience that goes beyond that of like a woman, like a teacher or a babysitter,
Mom's friend.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, dude.
I have
Like,
a friend
being
I don't
bad
know
girls.
why a man doing it to a woman, like a young girl, I get more. I don't know why.
Because we expect nothing from men.
That's true.
That's why. I mean, I'll fill that right in for you.
I'm glad I said it.
I was talking about this one time a couple weeks ago on stage with, if you ever do Will Sylvence's show with The Cellar, he'll bring you up after. And there was somebody else on stage with us, a woman whose name I can't remember right now. And this was at the right around when, well, whatever, R. Kelly came up, right?
Yeah.
And I said, yes, what he did is unbelievably horrific. Put him in jail so bad. It's like he was also assaulted as a child, which is hell.
Right, which matters in the equation.
In the
It
equation, you know what this
does.
lady said? And by the way, R. Kelly was like 11, 12.
Fuck.
I mean, he's a fucking kid. That does not excuse what happened, but
It
also
gives some type of background.
this woman goes, yeah, but he's a man. He wanted it. I'm like, he's fucking. I'm
Wow.
telling you right now, at
Yeah, no,
11,
that's not a good
Even today, you put a pussy in my face. If I'm not definitely at 11, that's so horrifying. Like truly fucking terrifying. I was not walking around at 11 being like, I can't wait for an older woman to toss their fucking business to this right now.
And what that
that's
must
nasty.
do to shape your view on women has got to be crazy. Like I often wonder, like with the P. Diddy stuff that's coming out, awful, atrocious things, and I'm like, what happened to him? Like some shit had to have happened to him. Like, what was it? Was it Krystyna that he had something happen to him? Maybe not. I don't want to start rumors. But
I think
but the
Crystalia was just
Carl-
born is what happened to Crystalia.
Yeah.
Carl Lentz, are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember there was a documentary on the
Yeah,
on
he
that
had
church.
something that happened
He
to him.
had he was like assaulted by a woman when he was a young boy, and he was just like a serial cheater and had this family, but he was like famous for having this, being a family man and being a preacher. And then it got unveiled, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, people hold that.
Yeah. It's also going to be weird as a man. I think this is like changing now maybe a bit, but years ago, if somebody did that, they'd just be like, good for you, dude.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And you're
man.
11 covered in pussy juice. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like, seriously.
That is
seriously,
so
you guys
rapey.
have seen it. It's if you're 11, pussies, you really got to be in a place. You know what I mean? It's like an art house film. You really have to like.
I feel like men aren't even really into pussy until they're like almost 30. Like as far as like into it, because like you like sticking your dick into it is not being into pussy. Eating pussy is being into pussy.
Looking at it under a light.
You made a face even when I just said eating pussy.
Wow.
Because I think I've almost done the reverse. I think I was like
You're less into pussy now than ever.
100%. I
Why?
wish it was 2 asses.
Okay.
It kind of is.
Okay.
No, it's not.
One's a
Not
little
even
ass,
close.
one's a big
They
ass.
smell different.
They
Yeah.
do.
True. Different things come out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
what-
if you were
So you wish it was 2 asses. Is that
Yeah.
what aging is like?
for me, I guess I didn't know this would happen. You put
what
the
happens
sweater
when
on.
you
You're like,
lose
I wish
your-
it was 2 assholes. That'd be pretty good.
Assholes.
Well, I mean, 2. Well, what's in an? Yes, 2
I didn't know if you were
What's
into the
in an
cheeks,
ass?
the whole, because you know you can they
So
can
many
be
things you
together.
can
You
do.
got spread
Well,
them.
yeah, the ass is a way better thing. Period. It's just a better
Why do
deal.
you say that?
But we all have one. It's not special.
Yeah.
You all have the front too.
No.
No, but no,
Men
all-
have asses too. Is my
All
that's what I'm
asses
saying.
is
No, these
common
are
to
two
know.
It
different.
doesn't.
No,
It
come
doesn't
on.
feel as special.
Two
brings the
different
genders
asses.
together.
I mean, I
Yes.
hear ya.
One is like a nice thing to
I
see.
would totally touch a girl, rub all over a girl's ass. A man's ass, nothing more disgusting in my
Yeah.
opinion. I really can't with the men's asses.
Of course.
Those
Why
rugby
would
player-
you?
It's
rugby
just
player
really,
asses.
it's really hard for me.
Yeah.
And really difficult because you're just not a lot of upkeep.
No
going
shape.
On. Yeah,
It's
difficult.
It's got hair. I mean, it's not. It's not a
Yeah.
party.
Sometimes it's inverted.
yeah, it's really
On
hard.
the ass.
Up?
In.
Oh, in. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah,
are
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Those are bad.
Yeah.
Go
See
to
that
the
on
gym.
women, too,
Go to
when
the
you
gym.
go,
What over the years has caused you, or is it just like a natural thing that's evolving in your brain and you're like, whatever, it is what it is, that has caused you to like pussy less and less?
I mean, I don't know. It's such a like. I'm not against it, obviously, but it is like it's such a thing. It's so messy over there. It's just like
It's so messy over
it's
there.
It's like
Anything we
it's like a
feel.
haunted house. It's like a it's like a shipwreck. You know,
Wow.
it's like what is this? Why is this?
shipwreck.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose views
In a
on your
storm?
YouTube special. People are gonna
Take
find a
them
way
back.
They're gonna pay a guy at Meta to fucking fuck
It
with
is so funny that like you have to be like nothing but complimentary to women, but then the other side, it's like every
yeah.
man's a piece of shit no matter what. Your dicks are gross.
Totally.
Your asses are trash. But look, I
you know
like
what,
it. I like it.
I mean, I don't
You
think
like it?
Maybe
no,
it's
I mean,
because
I
I'm
like
straight.
pussy. You know what I mean? I don't know why I did
dick
this.
is
I go, I
straightforward.
pointed at them like disgusting. I go, I like it. Horrifying.
We're gonna clip that.
Don't clip that.
I will
of
say,
all the
a
clips.
penis. There's no mystery, which I do appreciate.
There is a mystery. Where has this been? Is the mystery?
That's true. That
for
is
me.
one mystery, but there's
the
not
other
many other mysteries. You know what I mean?
Sure,
It's like
sure.
it's
It's all there.
there.
Yeah.
It's out. It's there, and we don't. The variations aren't massive. You know what I mean? Vaginas are. Yeah, they're very different.
I've seen some scary ones.
So do you not eat pussy?
Some scary ones.
yeah.
What was
get
going
into that.
on?
We're gonna do like 8 clips for Nate this week.
Stop making clips. Don't put this
But it's
out.
all about clips,
There's
Nate.
I know it's the world of clips. The I mean there's like smells one for
Okay, sure.
They're different like
Layout.
there's more
Architecture.
yes, they're not all
Some
pretty.
of them look like they got hit by a bus.
yeah, some
And
of
then-
them are like
But some of them though have pushed
What?
a baby out, and I'm like, that's a warrior
Yes.
pussy. That's a warrior pussy.
they're not all like smooth, flat, nice looking things. Some of them are fucking bus stop.
Porn is
hit
ruining
things.
men.
No, I'm not even talking about it shaved. I'm not talking about that.
I'm not talking about
We're
shaved
not talking
either.
about that either.
I'm
Okay,
talking
good.
about there's one type of pussy you see in porn, maybe 2.
Sure. Yeah. You got to search
And
for the other ones.
And that.
No, you got to want
But
it.
you
gotta
don't
be
do
like,
that.
Woman who's
the
had
thing
3
is,
kids,
they want, like,
lives in
baby- men
Idaho.
Like a baby vagina.
Men are spoon fed what to want.
Everyone kind of spoon fed.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think is the issue, like including like but for
Lifestyles.
women, it's like lifestyle. Yeah,
And for women, it's other women. We get spoon fed what we want for ourselves through other women.
right.
I have I quit watching porn for 7 months at one point in time, and I'd love to like quit forever. I go through like
Yeah.
stretches with it because it is this is a very Jordan Peterson thing. It should be like banned or at least
You know what, dude?
Money-
I fucking agree.
more money behind it.
Yeah. Or like you should have to pay to watch it.
Yes,
because then
that's what I
it wouldn't be as prevalent because nothing against the porn
Not
stars
at
and
all.
stuff, but like the industry kind of blows. I mean, they could attest to that. But
Well, it kind of feels like if you want to make it, it should be your own production. Like, right? Like, it
Yeah.
feels like something that shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to like do someone else. Like there shouldn't be like corporate porn, kind of. You know, that's
Yeah,
what it
like
feels
McDonald's
like. If
porn.
you want to start your website where you fuck on camera, like that, and you own it, and the
Yeah.
money goes directly to you, I think that's fine.
yeah, I think you should pay for porn. Because then it just wouldn't be as disposable. Yeah.
of it is like what's able to be seen. You can see all of it today, the most horrific shit right
Yeah,
fucking now.
Sure.
Yeah. And what did you notice that it was doing to your psyche that made you want to quit?
Well, I'll oh man, oh god. Tell you 2 things again. Fuck, I talk too much.
No, you don't.
So I was doing some shows years ago in Hartford, Connecticut. One of the scariest
Finally, an American story.
fucking
Terrifying town.
cities.
Terrifying town.
You know, Connecticut, America kind of as a whole, but Connecticut for sure has like a great PR team. Outside,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we got hedges and
Boat
Ferraris.
shoes.
Oh no, there's like one good part of Connecticut, and it's so
It's all
small.
haunted.
There's a lot of bad parts of Connecticut too.
Hartford is terrifying.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
night, Hartford is like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
Anyways, I found myself in Hartford before show, jerking off to porn, and
In the
in the hotel,
Hotel.
Christina.
Yeah, the
He's
hotel.
not a monster.
Before the show. Yeah, no, not.
well, you got a hotel to Hartford? Why did you just fucking okay?
She envisioned you in
the green
in the
room.
van.
I'm on stage.
Yeah.
I'm on stage, and I tell everybody, I go, hey, before I get into my last thing where I sell T-shirts, you mind if I beat up for real quick?
Okay,
Watching
wait.
this thing, and I came, and I just was like, what am I doing? The video was a woman who had 3 dicks in her ass. 3. I know, same time. And I'm just
One
looking around and I go,
hurts.
what the fuck is this? This isn't a thing I want to do. This isn't a thing I want to see. This is horrifying.
But it made you come?
Corinne, of course. I mean, I'm in a hotel room in Hartford. You know what I mean?
I love how Pierce Morgan was like on Baby Reindeer. He was like, and then he jerked off to the picture of Martha. And I go, fuck you, you fucking cunt. Like you've never done that. We've all done that. We've all gotten off to something that we're like, Oh no.
I think what he meant there was like that woman stalked him and then it became like a sexual thing for him, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that also makes sense.
He loved the concept of fame and attention so much. I
get it.
completely understood it.
I do too.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're jerking off to a girl with 3 dicks in her ass.
Yes.
Okay.
Came violently.
Yeah.
Room covered in cum. I don't know. But I just remember going like, oh my God, I can't. This is awful. I awful. So I quit for like 7 months.
Men have a lot of like, you know, kind of like aha moments after they come
100%.
from
So they
masturbating
should
in a
come
way
more.
that women don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never had
Women
like
just go to
clarity
sleep.
after I came.
Yeah. Also, sometimes when a woman comes, don't you want to like be closer?
I just want to like cuddle and sleep.
Yeah. A lot of times we want to do the exact opposite.
I just want to go to sleep.
Because we want to go, but yeah.
I'm so tired after I come. That's what I use it for. It's like I
So
use
much
it
work.
as a sleep aid, basically.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I quit for like 7 months and
So what did you notice about your mind or your
well, so I was gonna say I was a lot calmer. I slept better.
nice?
Oh,
And also the good Dr. Liz. I
Yeah.
hope she doesn't hate me for saying this.
that's his partner, everyone.
Check out our website. It's Liz Heather. But she
That's so weird.
I know, it's so stupid. But she was like, you're more present when we're
Yeah.
together. You're
Yes.
more here.
When you're just together in the room or together
sex.
sexually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was like,
that's my
she's like, you're
theory.
way more here, which made so much sense. Because I go, yes. When I was watching a lot of porn, I was trying to think of things to come. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Because you broke your brain. I'm watching a fucking woman
Dude,
with half
my-
a fucking soccer team in her ass. I mean, this is insanity, man.
My brain is so warped from Instagram. I cannot imagine a man's brain on porn. Like you probably start seeing women walking down the street like totally differently. You probably just imagine them going in your fucking head when you pass them by, just in a moment's thought without even trying. Is that true, or am I making that up?
No, yes.
He's going to remember actually you just doing that right now.
Hilarious. I go,
Oh man,
three dicks in
we'll
her
clip
ass.
that. I'll clip
No,
that
but
and DM it to you.
that is legitimately yes, 100%.
Ugh, that sucks.
It
That
does
sucks,
suck, but
man.
it's such a
and
fucking-
it sucks that like we live in I mean, I guess Canada's like this too, so I don't want to say it's just America. But we live in this place where it's like we're getting cigarettes and drugs and porn and all this stuff, but then everyone's like, but control yourself.
Yeah,
and
tell.
billions of dollars go into making sure we can't control ourselves. It's
Mm-hmm.
fucking wild. And I'm like, what's the solution here?
Well, they've figured out that we hate life and they've given us a bunch of treats to get through it.
Do we actually hate life, or
we
like,
don't.
or we like?
I think
do
a
we hate
lot
the
of
life,
people do.
Do we hate the life we're in?
Well, yeah, I mean, the concept of life I think is great, but I think most people, what the reality of life is for most people does suck and they should hate it.
well, we're a slave to other people's expectations, including society's.
It's also, you know, in a capitalist society, everyone can't be doing well.
I know.
That's
It's fucked.
the literal structure.
But like we could all just stop and go to the woods and just
But we
sit in
can't.
the
You
woods.
can't. You can't.
We could.
The woods are commodified. Is that the word?
What is that in Canada?
What's the word I'm looking
Meaning
for?
like it's not owned by it's private property.
People are
Some
that
woods.
part, but also if you go to the woods now, where are you going to go? There's other people have already
Get a
gone to the woods,
house.
and now they're YouTubing it. And they're like, I live in the woods.
Right.
It's not a free fucking thing anymore, other than
Yeah.
certain parts. But
Well,
you'd have
because
to
even if you watch like The Garden, for instance, which is about the people who kind of chose to do that, live in this intentional community,
Garden,
they're constantly number one, they're constantly fighting with each other, which
that
is
sucks.
the best part, and then they're also constantly getting kicked off of land for because there are still people who want to live a more traditional structured life, and it's very hard to get far enough away from those people while still having the things you need to survive. So it's kind of like an impossibility in the structure. Like no one's I mean, there's like indigenous cultures who I think have done it, but they're just in they're just not, they haven't even let
I guess like
modern
what if-
culture in.
What if you gave up the internet? You gave up all your social media accounts. You rented a house in the woods, and you got a job at a grocery store.
Are you talking?
You can do that.
I know.
Are you talking about my new special, Demo Tech?
I am.
Because that is mostly what it's about.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mostly
Oh,
about
shit. I didn't know that. I
It's
didn't know
all
that.
anti-tech shit. It's all like
Yeah.
social media stuff. These tech
Dude, it's-
people fucking
yeah.
run us.
Yeah,
that'd
but
be
it's
cool.
also like I would love to see either of you try it because you still want fame too badly, so you can't work at a grocery store.
You know what's funny,
Right,
Corinne?
so you can't.
I'm
Economy.
so happy you said that. I think I am starting to get to the point where I don't know that I give a fuck about fame.
All
I'm
right.
serious.
I'll go visit you at the grocery store.
It is. I don't know if. Well, actually, I do joke with people about going to work at Sobeys, another
We all
Canadian
have the
it's
show.
just a fantasy.
Listen, I
What do I
have the
think about
fantasy
it?
of a roadside florist shop. I'm not doing it.
That sounds awesome.
That's the fantasy.
That sounds
though.
awesome.
And then, but then
Can't wait to be old.
But then the thing is, you do it like so. I even like did it like I owned a brick and mortar store for several years, but it's like, and it was great, and it was a lovely relief from this business. But still, people find new ways to piss you off.
Right.
Yeah, you're not going to get
Anytime
away
you're
with that.
dealing with people, anytime you need to have transactions to survive with other human beings, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
When dogs learn how to use tender cash, maybe then we'll be in the
They'll turn to pricks. They'll be cats in a
Capitalist
day.
dogs.
The absolute second that you give a dog money and they know what it is, they'll be cats.
They'll bat your water bottle off the
bat your
table.
water
They'll
bottle
stop
away.
greeting us at the door.
They'll
Yeah,
honk at you and be
That's
like, you're a
true.
piece
That's
of
the world I
shit.
hope to
that's
never
true.
see.
That's true. Yeah.
The whole deal about fame now, I really do go, everybody's famous to somebody.
What? No,
Sure.
it's we are truly living in Andy Warhol's 15
Yes.
minutes. I'm actually like so sad he's dead because I think he would have been so fascinated to see this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that, you go, then who gives a fuck? What's
Yeah.
the point of any of this? Who cares? We in this room know at least 6 people out there, let's say more, 6 to 10,
Sure.
20, who have millions of followers on TikTok. I shouldn't know personally that many Michael Jacksons.
Right.
Fuck off. So none of
Right.
this means anything. You see these numbers and you go, number big, but what the fuck does that
Yeah.
mean? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
No, for sure.
And where is it going? Where is it headed?
Yes.
That's the part that I ponder lately. I'm like, what's the end game here?
It'd almost be nice if Zuckerberg or somebody opened it all the way up and they went, now all of you are following each other. You have 7 billion followers. You have 7 billion followers. You're following 7 billion people. And let's just fucking fuck off.
Yeah.
It would be interesting if we could, as a culture, eradicate the concept of fame. I would really like to see what life is like. And
We'd really have to band together for that.
Yeah, I mean, there are countries where fame has a lot less of a chokehold on society. I mean, America is the number one fame chokehold society
Yeah.
because of how it's built. And I think it's really interesting to go to other places where they're not so obsessed with celebrity. Mm-hmm. Like in Romania, I was like reading the tabloids. I'm like, I don't know any of these people.
That's pretty cool.
Canada, you wouldn't either, yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't even write about people in Canada. We write about this place, so.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because and then any Canadians who are famous became
They go to
famous
Canada.
basically by moving to America.
Yeah, Drake wouldn't.
Justin Bieber.
All the SNL people.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike Myers. Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Lorne Michaels himself.
Lorne Michaels himself.
Lorne Michaels, baby. Well, wow, what a conversation we've had.
Is that what this was?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You're dismissed. Is there any final thoughts? Any aching concepts you'd like to talk out before we part ways?
No.
Okay.
Do people
That's-
usually have something? I mean,
I don't know. Just if
aching
anything.
is such an interesting.
Well, I mean, based off the energy of the conversation, I'm like, maybe you got something else in the chamber that you want to go. One last thing.
Like if
It's
you
good
want to
get- it's
look
good
right to
get stuff
camera
out.
and say like adopt, don't shop or something. Whatever.
Don't make sure your pussy doesn't look like a shipwreck.
Also that. Also that.
Yeah, I mean, try to do that. Try to do that.
That's a
title of this
major
episode.
surgery, Nathan.
Well, hey, get it.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. That's insane.
Wow.
What would you even do? Tighten it up? Is that what it is?
No,
Is
you
that what
can
this is?
get rid of it.
snip it. Like if there's excess, you can snip it. You can kind of tuck it like a belly. But it takes away from female pleasure though. So, but I mean, small price to pay for Nate to
your
have a
pleasure.
better visual.
As
Yeah.
if I'm having sex
When
with
the
every
lights are
woman
on.
on the planet.
Yeah.
So if they, you know what I mean? We don't get anything out of it. I don't know you. So you do what you want with your goddamn pussy, you know?
What's your social media handle? What do you want to promote? Where can we see more of you?
Right after the whole being like, why don't we all go?
Yeah, honestly.
At Nathan Macintosh on everything, nathanmacintosh.com. And yeah, I got a new special on YouTube called Down with Tech. Check it out.
Hell yeah.
Nate's extremely good at stand-up, everybody. You really should watch it. One of my favorites. Don't let this interview,
Scare you. Scare you away
Don't
like a
let this
shipwrecked
tarnish your
vagina.
thoughts of the guy.
Yeah. His vagina is perfectly puffy and fat and tiny.
I like pussy for God's sake, but I mean, seriously, the idea
not all
that
pussy.
the idea that we have to walk around out there and be like,
Hashtag
they're
not
all
all pussy.
beautiful. Stop it! It's the fucking
yeah.
shipwreck. Why do we? Here's a thought. Here's a quick thought before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Why have we? Why do so many people? Why do I don't even know how to word this? There's a lot of times out there it feels like people want us to treat women like kids.
Yeah, mister.
Not even that, but like everything you do is great. It's all
right,
beautiful.
right.
Don't question
Yeah, fuck
any of
that.
it.
That's
We're
insulting.
heroes
No, I
no
was-
matter what happens.
Yeah, I was just watching a clip about, this really hot woman who was obviously chose the side of the men. And I guess if I was that
Fuck
hot, maybe I
her.
would do that too. But she was talking about how we've created a generation of narcissistic women. And I didn't completely disagree with her, what she did, because yes, you're right. We've created a culture in which, yes, women can do no wrong.
Yeah.
We're fabulous and beautiful no matter what. And we're queens and boss bitches. And I don't agree with that. And you see that where, lots of people will write into us and we're like, well, you're obviously the problem. Like you're not doing the work. You're not showing up. You're not tackling your own emotional issues. And this is why your life is in disarray.
And do they come back at you and say, I'm a queen?
No, I think they just write
No.
that word cunts on Reddit or something.
That makes
Sometimes,
sense.
Yeah.
sometimes I appreciate it because you don't get a lot of that honesty anymore with women specifically.
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, stop.
Yeah, well, it's like,
You know?
so men need to do the work, but that doesn't mean that women take a vacation. Well,
Yeah.
we can continue to do the work that we have historically been doing, and we have to keep doing that.
Yeah.
And then men need to join us. It's not that we need to stop and watch men like this.
Well, we were having a conversation one time, a couple comedians, and I forget
names.
what had fucking gone on at the time. It's not even a big deal, but just in the people were like, "Here's what men have to do," and we went, "Yeah, okay, hear ya, great." We're like, "What do women have to do?" And she goes, "Women don't have to change anything." And you go, "Are you out of your fucking?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
That
That's
right
crazy.
there is such a massive problem.
Yes.
Right.
You don't have to do anything.
Absolutely.
What are you,
Yeah.
6?
Yeah. Right.
No, we have to do a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We all have to do a lot.
We
all
do.
have to
We
move
do.
to the woods.
We have to do different things, and we all have to move to the woods. That's the greatest common denominator, just like butts. Great talking to you, Nate.
Thanks for having me.
This has been Guys We Fucked, the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.